What's up everybody, my name's Mike, and today I'm going to show you how I built this modern platform style bed completely out of 3/4 inch plywood. The best part about this bed is all the compartments built in for storage, totally out of sight. Kicking off this build, I used a chalk line with the help of my buddy Ollie to create straight lines down a full sheet of 4x8 birch plywood. The first two pieces I'm measuring and cutting here are the header and the toe boards. They will be what holds the skeleton of the bed together on either end. I repeated the same measuring and ripping techniques for two longer pieces that will run down the middle of the bed. Think of these two like the backbone of the bed frame. The last two long cuts will be for the two top boards that will hold the mattress up, catching and dispersing the weight. I deliberately cut these so they wouldn't cover the entire top of the bed, as I want to have accessibility for storage. This will make more sense later on. Using the plywood left over from the long cuts, I measured and cut out 8 panels measuring 16 by 22 inches. These panels will support the boards above, as well as compartmentalize the storage on either side of the bed. Now all the pieces are cut and I sanded them up to 220 grit. It's time to put a finish on. For this bed, I wanted to do something more than just one stain or one color of paint. So I decided to mix it up and throw together some geometric patterns and shapes, and I couldn't be happier with the results. This is the toe board of the bed. It's the first piece you'll see when you walk into my room. Using frog tape, I created a triangular pattern and painted the bottom portion with bare interior paint and pure white. It took 2 coats, but that white is super clean. Using the tape, I isolated a strip between the white and what will be the natural wood finish, and then painted this with bare interior paint in astronomical gray. I really like the way the dark color gives a stark division between the pure white and the natural wood. I used Simple Finish by Maker brand to give the wood portion a natural pop to its grain. I love the simplicity of this finish and how easy it is to get such a great result. With all the other pieces painted and finished, it was time to get rid of the old and make way for the new. The assembly of the bed in theory was simple, but I had plenty of difficulties putting all the pieces together, ensuring all the corners were square. Part of it had to do with my floor being uneven, but I utilized spring clamps and the corner clamp jig from Rockler to make the assembly more manageable. Once I had the 2 sets of ribs assembled for either side of the frame, I brought in the toe board to bring everything together. I pinned the toe board to the last cubby panels with 4 finished screws, 1 in each corner, screwing from the inside to avoid any visible screw holes. I repeated the same process with the headboard and the cubby panels at the other side of the bed. I could start to feel the bed frame gaining rigidity and strength. I beefed up the internal corners with metal brackets and screws, just for extra strength. I brought the top panels in and secured those on all the edges of the frame. I cut these small pieces to hold up the cross brackets that will catch the weight of the mattress over the hidden storage section, which runs down the center portion of the bed frame. I then secured the brackets to the frame pieces with finish screws. Quick tall guy audible here. I didn't like the way the top panels were looking, so I decided last minute to cut some new ones and stick to the patterns I had on the rest of the pieces. Needless to say, I made the right game time decision because these panels are fresh. Now that the bed frame is complete, I could move on to some storage solutions for underneath. I wanted to make a couple of drawers for clothes that were easily accessible. I got some canvas clothes baskets from Amazon, but I wanted to put some wheels on them. So I cut out pieces of plywood from my leftover stock to make a wooden bottom for each basket. I rounded off the edges to match the profile of the baskets and then sanded them up to 150 grit. I then screwed the baskets to the wooden bases. I flipped the baskets over and screwed on 4 small casters to each base. I filled up each modified basket with my clothes, and they ended up working way better than expected. Super accessible, super easy, just what I needed. And with that, this project was done. I am super pumped with how this platform bed came out. It hits all the expectations I had for it. Number one being plenty of storage underneath to keep the clutter out of sight. There's a cut list down below in the description, as well as links to the canvas baskets and casters on Amazon. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you never miss out on any Tall Guy DIY action down the road. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Tall Guy DIY.